So today's video is basically going to show you how I cut my hair. I've been dying to cut my hair for the past few weeks, months, yes. My hair has grown a lot, but because I am blonde and I, process my hair very frequently, my ends were just dead. There was no reviving them. They're over processed and they were like straw, and I really needed to get rid of them. So if you want to learn how to do a haircut on yourself, please keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and for those of you that are already subscribed, thank you so much. Okay, so keep watching, all right, and click that subscribe button. Keep watching. So you're gonna need a few things to do this haircut with. You're gonna need a cutting cape. If you don't want the hair to be falling on you, you can use a towel if you're at home, but I like to use a cutting cape just so I don't get the hair on my clothing. So also I have already set up all my tools that I'm going to need for this haircut. You're gonna need some sectioning clips. I have here some regular clips like these. I also have some duck clips like these, and these are good just to clip away some small amount of hair so it's not in your way. You're also gonna need a cutting comb like this one. Make sure that the teeth are thin if you have very thin hair, so this will give you the best hold on the hair. If your hair is more thick or if your hair is curly, then I would use the wider side of the cutting comb. I also have a rat tail comb just to keep my sections nice and neat while I'm sectioning my hair. The last thing that you're gonna need is a pair of shears like these. It's up to you. If you're a hairstylist, you're really going to know which shears work for you. Also, not every shear works for every haircut. You can use razors, you can use 7-inch shears, you can use 5-inch shears, 4-inch shears. It all depends on the haircut that you're doing. But this is a 5-inch shear right here, and this is what I will be using today. So I'm going to be sectioning my hair first. But just so you know, and it'll make it easier for you, if you're doing this at home and you're doing this by yourself, I have a mirror right in back of me to give me the best view possible, and I'm not cutting just by feeling. And I have a mirror right here in front as well. So if you're doing this at home, and you can try to set up a mirror somewhere behind you that you can actually see what you're doing in the back. So that was a little trick that I am going to be using that you guys won't be seeing in the clip. So we're gonna get started now. So I have already put on my cape, as you guys can see, and I put it on backwards just because I'm going to be doing the most cutting in the back, and I don't want the hair falling on my butt. So I'm going to be putting the cape over the back of the chair so the hair can just go onto the floor. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to section my hair, and basically I'm going to do 2 sections here in the front. I'm going to do a section at the crown, and then I'm going to be doing my guideline section, so that way the hair, if you clip it out of the way, it will be so much easier for you to achieve a better haircut. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to be using the rat tail comb, and I'm going to be making a line. First you want to do a middle part right here. Then I'm going to be taking, at the end of that middle part, I'm going to be doing a section all the way down past the back of my ear, and not too far back, but just enough right here, because this is where the hair actually changes shape, or changes weight I should say. So you want to have that line meet right there behind the ear. So you clip it away, make sure it's nice and neat, so that way it's not in your way and it won't get cut by accident. So the next section I'm going to turn around for, and I will show you how to do the crown and then the guideline section. So the crown section, you're going to be doing from the top of your ear to the other ear, and that's your crown section. And then the rest of the hair will be your guideline. This guideline section I'm going to divide into half, and then we're going to start. So now we're going to be starting the haircut. I'm going to be cutting to where I want my hair to end. pulling this hair towards the opposite side, and then I'm putting this hair to the opposite side. The reason is because I want these sides to be longer than the middle. So the middle, what I'm doing is I'm cutting straight out, is because I want the layers to be a little shorter. If you wanted them to be a little longer, then you would pull the hair down. Like I did in the guideline, the second guideline section, that's what I did because I wanted it to be sort of a cascading layer. And then here in the front, it's gonna be a little longer than it is in the back middle part, if that makes sense to you guys. But that's the way to do a A-line bob. We're gonna continue to do the same thing all the way until we get to the top of the crown area, and then when you do the front section, it's a little different, but it's almost the same concept. So the last thing that I did was I cross-checked my haircut, and basically how you do that is you take a piece of the section, and then since you're doing layers, sort of like, how can I say, when you're doing layers vertically, basically like this, you want to cross-check like horizontally. So that's basically what I did. Since when I was doing my layers, I was taking my sections, you know, vertically like this. Then when you want to cross check, you're going to grab the hair the opposite way, which is like this. And once, if everything is even, then you can leave it alone. But if you see like maybe like a little piece of hair, you can cut that off. Also, the way to check the sides, if they're even, what you do is you take both sides and you go like this. And this side is just a tad longer, so I'm just gonna just feather that out. cut it out, and then check it again. Now this one's a little longer, but that's okay because it's like very small amount, and you just cut it right there. So now I'm gonna go to the top section. Basically the top section is just basically following whatever you did with this here. Being that my hair was sort of like this, it's gonna be harder to do these bang sections, and you can just ignore that and just concentrate on the longer lengths, and make sure that they are even with the back hair that you just cut. So the way to do that is you're gonna subsection this top section to the front of your ear. You're gonna take this section with a little bit of the back section, the longer side of the back section, and then we're going to hold it out same way we were doing earlier. Hold it out, make sure your head is straight before you start cutting. So I'm gonna hold it like this. Hair in my face. So I'm gonna hold it like this, and we're going to over direct all this hair and make sure that it matches up with the hair that we cut. So as you can see, this hair is actually, it's just almost the same actually. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it out like this, and I'm just going to cut. I'm going to actually feather that just to make it even, like so. See? And then what I'm gonna do with these bangs is I'm just gonna cut them out because I just can't with them. My hair is very over processed and they need to go. So right here we're gonna do the same thing. I just have to turn to my mirror to do it, and just feather the ends. Make sure that they're even, like that. So because I have been parting my hair in the middle nowadays and to the side, I'm just going to be cutting this front section evenly. That way when I do it to the side or I do it in the middle, it's almost the same thing. The way to do that is you're going to take a section from here. Just make sure that it's even. And then we're going to take the same section equally on the other side. My guidelines basically are my eyebrows. So wherever my arc is on my eyebrows, that's where I am stopping. Put the scissors down for a second. It's hard when you're doing it on yourself and holding the scissors and holding the sectioning clips and holding everything. So that's why I have to kind of put it on. When you're cutting on other people, it's a little easier. So for this section, I'm going to hold the hair completely out like this, like so. And this is about 3 inches. Let me see. Yeah, it's about 3 inches. I'm going to actually feather this whole bang section, like so. Because there's a lot of dead hair here, and it's easier and it's better when you do a feathered instead of doing a blunt cut. So there you go. I cut off at about 2 inches or about 1.5 inches. Okay. So now we're gonna bring that back to this section and just make sure that everything is nice and even. Like that. You see how there is a missing edge right there? So we're gonna hold the hair out, over direct. There is your missing piece right there, so just feather that and make it even. Like so. Do the same thing on the opposite section. make sure you have everything as neat as possible. Like so. So many dead ends. And now I'm going to be checking my haircut in the mirror. So what I'm basically doing is just making sure that everything is even, like these ends and this right here. If you can meet them like that, that means they're even, okay? Here in the front, I know that's even. Here, this side is just a tad longer. It's just a very tiny little bit. So what I do is I just grab this section and just very lightly, you don't want to cut too much and then you have to cut again on the other side. So you see, that's better. Let's see, that's fine, that's fine, this is fine. So just looking in the other mirror, making sure that it looks proper. Guys, oops, my tripod. First thing I want to tell you is it's not going to be perfect. You're doing it on yourself. Your cuts are not going to be perfect. Your angles are not going to be perfect. But do the best you can. I do it on myself, but you know, it takes practice. So if you want to do it on yourself, try to get a doll first and practice the haircut that you want on the doll first, and then try it on yourself, because once your hair is cut, that's it. But when the doll's hair is cut, the doll you could just throw away. So be mindful of that. I'm going to be just quickly flat ironing my hair just to keep it nice and straight, and then that's it. I have a lot of hair on me, of course, so let's see how this turned out. So this completes the haircut, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. My hair feels so much better. I got rid of a lot of over processed dead ends that I was just dying to get rid of, and I hope that you guys liked it. It's so much, feels so much better. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.